stunting is basically that a child doesn't grow enough in length. Yeah, and stunting is not something that happens overnight. Yeah, you're not overnight you get longer or not. No, it's an indicator of growth over a longer period, months or even a few years. And we see that in India, about 1/3 of children are stunted. Children under 5 are stunted. That's using NFHS 5 data published about a year ago. You see, there's about 1 in 3 children have stunting. That's short. They're too short. They should be much taller. Now, of course, it doesn't maybe really matter if you're short or tall. I mean, it's just length. But it's not only the body that didn't grow well, also the immune system didn't grow well. Therefore, we see that children who are malnourished, who are shorter, they're also more prone to illness because the immune system is not as strong, it's not as developed. But it's not only the length, it's not only the immune system, it's even the brain. The brain needs special nutrients. It needs not just energy, it also needs micronutrients, vitamins and minerals to grow. And actually we know that in particular in the first 1, 2, 3 years, the brain needs to grow very fast. If it doesn't get the right nutrients, the brain will also, that's called stunted. You have a stunted brain. And we see long-term impact of that. I always argue the best investment in education, in educating your child, is feeding the child well in the first 2 years. If the child is not fed well in the first 2 years, the brain doesn't grow as well. And that is irreversible. So imagine, a lot of children go to school when they are 6 years old, but their brain was not fully developed as much as it could if they had good nutrition in the first 2 years. So it is really these first 2 years, but actually even what's happening during pregnancy, when a baby is still in the belly, that are so crucial. And we call this the 1,000 days. The 1,000 days from the start of pregnancy till the end of the first 2 years. And India has very, very good programs. It's got very well put policies, very well designed technical protocols on what needs to be done. So in India knows what to do. The challenge is, can we reach everybody? Is everybody being reached with this program? If I look in India, I would see 4 things. Let's call this the big 4 of 1,000 days in India. The first one is diet. Mothers and children need to eat nutritious, balanced food. Yeah, so we need to have what we call a balanced meal. Enough foods that is high in protein. That could be dal, could be beans, could be nuts. But also, for instance, foods rich in vitamins and minerals, vegetables or animal foods. Yeah, so we need to educate mothers and fathers so that both the pregnant woman, but also the young child, besides the breastfeeding from 6 months old, gets this balanced meal. The next one is growth monitoring. We need to monitor the growth of a mother. Is the mother gaining enough weight to feed? Because the mother is eating for 2, the mother is eating for herself, but she also needs to eat for the baby. Is she growing well? But also children. Children under 5 years, we say. Well, I would say children under 2 years at least. We need to check their weight every month. Is this child growing well? Is it gaining weight? And if not, we need to find out why not. Was the child ill? Didn't it get the right diet? Yeah, so that we can intervene. And if the child is below 6 months, it needs breast milk alone. And we need to help the mother how to breastfeed. And the big four of India, for me, is we need to address anemia. For big 4 of India, is we need to address anemia. Anemia means that you didn't have the right nutrients to the blood's strong enough. We're not able to the blood is not strong enough, it doesn't have strong hemoglobin to transport oxygen to every part of the body. It's not strong enough to feed the cells in the body. Anemia Book Bharat suggests 6 interventions. It's recognized that there's no magic bullet to stop anemia in India or in any other country. It requires a multi-sectoral response and multiple interventions. Diets. People need to eat nutritious diets. But many people don't know what nutritious diet is. They think that a lot of rice might be nutritious, or oily foods might be nutritious. But both carbo or fat-rich meals might still the hunger, but it does not stop anemia. You need micronutrients for that. Iron, folate, but also other micronutrients to stop anemia. Yes, they call it nutrition literacy. Nutrition literacy is still too low in India. I wish that the same kind of level of investment would be made to promote nutrition literacy, to help people to understand what healthy, balanced meals are. Then fortification. Much of the food doesn't have enough nutrients. And you can add to those nutrients by adding some iron or folate or other food, other micronutrients. You can add them to the foods, to the rice or to the cooking oil or to other food components. So you make those foods that are commonly consumed more nutrition rich. Then iron folate acid tablet. It's a tablet that children, pregnant women, adolescents need to take to prevent anemia. And we see over the years, because of Anemia Book Bharat, because of awareness around this, that the coverage has gone up. And we saw that in states, coverage went up from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50%. Yeah, so more and more adolescents, particularly girls, were taking iron folate acid tablets. But then COVID came and schools were closed. So we need to pick that up again. But even 40% coverage or 50% coverage is too little. We need 100% coverage. And often it are the most vulnerable who need it the most who are reached the last.